Listen, I love the honesty. By the way, that's what the game needs. We need more people like you. It's good defense.
D'Angelo Russell said.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate you saying that about the honesty, because I got a question too.
Okay.
And I got a daughter, and I like to call myself a girl dad. What you think about the Josh Giddy situation?
Fellas, you want to answer that?
Yeah. I mean, there's rumors going around that, Josh Giddy was dating an underage girl, and they said the family is not cooperating or participating with the police investigation, so therefore I think...
I read that too. I said, what y'all think about that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Pat.
That was my question.
Pat, I heard your question, but I'm gonna tell you what I do real well. Reflect. I'm a brand, Pat, and being a brand, I'll text you and I'll give you my real thoughts. But right now, on NBA Unplugged, I'm gonna keep it as commercial as I possibly can, Pat. Did I tell you Chase is a part of this? They're my partners. I got a lot of people that are in my commercial bandwidth. Now, Pat, this is the in-season tournament game. I got a question for you, Pat. Do you like the color of courts?
Hey, you know what I like? I like the color of courts. Not jail courts though, but the basketball courts.
He said, Kev, I see your call back, and I'll raise you another. I'll raise you one. Man, the Lakers did a great job.
I'm just trying to figure out, because Kevin, I went to OKC, you played, they booed the shit out of me. I couldn't believe it. It was the craziest thing in the world.
Well, Pat,
and I was looking around like,
after that question, Pat, I
fuck
can
I
see
do.
why.
What the fuck I do?
I can come and see where the booze came from. Pat, this is what I'm going to do. Before we let you go, I am going to call you. And
y'all know what I mean.
And so let's go ahead and get into it. As many of you already know, Josh Giddy's been going through his legal situation, which the NBA is not really touching. Nobody on the NBA network, nobody on TNT, nobody on ESPN, or nobody who is affiliated with the NBA, at least in the mainstream, is touching this one. And a lot of people find it odd, seeming how they never really have a problem speculating and chiming in on other people's legal situations when it comes to a certain complexion. And y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that. But as y'all saw in this clip right here, Patrick Beverley had no problem bringing it up. And Patrick Beverley, for those of y'all who don't know, he's a different one. He's a real one. He's somebody that marches to the beat of his own drum, and probably to his own detriment, especially when you're in those circles. A lot of people are uncomfortable around you when they know that you're going to say what's on your mind at any given time. A lot of people say they say what's on their mind, but only few actually do. And Patrick Beverley is definitely one of those people that's going to say what's on his mind at all times. And so Kevin Hart knew better than to touch this one. He left it alone. He said, I'm not going to touch it. He said, I'll text you what I think about it, but I'm not going to touch it. This is my first time hosting this, and I don't want it to be my last time. I want to keep getting these NBA checks. But shout out to Patrick Beverley for keeping it real on this one. That's something he definitely didn't have to bring up. But it lets you know at the same time that around the NBA and within NBA circles, it's something that they're talking about, and it's something that they're paying attention to. Not only how the NBA is covering it or not covering it, also what the independent media is saying about the double standard when it comes to particular athletes. Because had this Josh Giddy situation been any other player, a player of a darker complexion, you better believe that player would have been sitting out. The last thing that player would have been allowed to do is go around from city to city being booed. Every time you watch an OKC game, every time Josh Giddy touches the ball, everybody within that arena is booing. And so there's no way that the NBA would allow that to happen if that was somebody like LaMelo Ball. Somebody that's comparable to Josh Giddy, an up-and-coming star, somebody of that caliber. If they were of a darker complexion, there's no way that the NBA would allow that to happen. But when it comes to Josh Giddy, they're doing their best to try to ignore it and just try to let it die down. And hopefully something else will pop up within the media, and then we'll all forget about it. Hopefully for their sake, another domestic altercation will come about, and they can turn their attention towards that, and they can sick the Malika Andrews of the world on that particular situation. And so let me know what y'all think on this one. Go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. And as usual, Peace and chaos.